Hello, welcome to the channel and welcome to Game Reviews. This is a game that you guys have been asking for a long time, and I finally dragged off my butt and decided to do this. This is a game that a lot of you have been waiting for a very long time, and this is quite an old game actually. This is not a new game. This is a very old game. But it's been on Steam for a very long time. Of course, if it ever loads, it'd be wonderful. It has trouble loading. If it does, bear with it. Just push play, push yes, and wait. It's on Steam, so you have to find it and download it from Steam. As you can see, a lot of people like this game, so it's pretty popular. They're still patching it, so that's a good sign. Okay, what's going on? Is it going to start today? Maybe? Oh boy. Not good. That's weird. I don't know why it didn't work for a minute. That's so odd. It asked me if it wanted to play the game. I said no, and it plays it. Okay, that must be a glitch, if I ever saw one. Windows 11 has a glitch. Big surprise. Okay, for all of you people that remember playing back in the Windows XP days, MechWarrior Vengeance and MechWarrior Black Knight Expansion, I used to love that game. Those games I tried, they do not work. If you're looking for a good robot combat game, this is the next best thing for PC. This is based off of the original MechWarrior series roleplay game. The one with the figures and the cards from a long time ago. This. All the original robots are in here. For real? Now I gotta put in my password? Oh, for real. Oh my god. My brain doesn't work good at night. I can't do passwords. Okay. I should have did this during the day. Doing this at night's not a good idea, guys. Okay, while this gets finished loading, I will go over what this game is all about. If you guys ever played MechWarrior Vengeance or MechWarrior Black Knight Expansion Pack, you will find a similarity between the two with the exception of one thing. They did not give you a bay. In the games, you did not get a bay like you have now. They did not give you this. This was not there. They had squares. They had something like this. They had something like that. They listed the name, listed the weight, and that was it. You know? They basically listed it like that. And you had to decide what you wanted to play. I mean, you didn't know anything about it, so you had to hover over it and find out from the screen all the information on the right side. That's basically what you had to do in the PC game. Like the Black Knight expansion pack. The Black Knight expansion pack introduced this function where it popped up, the information popped up on the right side of the screen. Black Knight expansion pack introduced that feature right there. Now, let me clarify some stuff. For those of you guys that played this game originally, some of these mechs are clan mechs. Some of them are inner sphere mechs. Now, those of you guys that are not familiar with clan and inner sphere, clan mechs are mechs that are built by clans and customized by clans. There are times where inner sphere mechs get into the hands of the clans. Then what they do is they fully customize the mechs and then introduce them to the clans. But they have to rename them. The inner sphere name for the archer is the vulture. Okay. The inner sphere vulture had lasers and it basically had 2 lasers here, 2 here, and nothing on top. The clan version was called a Mad Dog. They use the same chassis, but the only thing is the clanners introduced small lasers here, medium lasers here, and they got rid of the lasers tucked in between. They moved those lasers in between. They moved them right there. And they also put missile bays, which the inner sphere version does not have. So clan versus inner sphere varies. In this game, if you want to be in inner sphere, you have to earn it. You start out as a mercenary. Mercenaries means that you can either go on clan side or inner sphere. If you want to go inner sphere, you have to have 1 or 2 mechs that pay tribute to that particular house if you want to join the inner sphere. If you want to join the clans, you have to, again, pay tribute to that clan by having paint schemes that match, by having colors that match, by having their logos posted. This happens to be a inner sphere Davion paint scheme. But this is a clan mech. It's the Mad Dog. But this game does not have. The Mad Dog does not exist in this game. Only the Vulture exists and different variants of it. Now it's up to you if you want the clan version. If you want, they show you the Innisphere versions, okay? If you want the clan version of that, you have to pick the variant. There are different variants, okay, guys? If you want the clan version of that robot, you have to pick the variant that fits the clan version exactly. And then simply rename that robot to its clan name. And then you have the clan version of it. For example, Innisphere, clan. Same exact thing. It's pretty much the same robot. That's clan. That's Innisphere. Same thing. They're both the same robot. They're both the same thing. The only difference is that one is different. I believe this one was strictly only Innisphere. Only, I think. This one was only an Innisphere. And I'll show you why. Let's see if we can go in. Let me show you why this was only Innisphere. The clans never got their hands on this one, if I remember correctly. Let's see if we show you why. Where do we go in? To the mech lab. Oh, there you go. Up here, right there. Push that. This is called your loadout screen. Now everything has to be balanced. My picture's in the way. Oh, Finabalago. Okay. In the upper left hand corner it says select mech, loadout, skills, weapon groups, camo specs, and manage drop decks. First category tells you what it is, and it tells you what part it is. This is right arm. It has a symbol. That means it has energy hard points, which means this right arm prefers anything energy. It doesn't mean you can't store. It doesn't mean you cannot store ammunition in there. We'll go over that in a little bit. Okay, guys? Right now, there's nothing in there. The right torso, that would be like not the main body. That'd be slightly offset to the main body. The right torso is a ballistic hardpoint. This one has a rotary cannon with a double heat sink. Now, energy weapons give off heat. Ballistics do not. This ballistic has a heat index of 3.25. It does indeed have a heat index. So you have to be very careful when you put stuff on these robots. Hover over it and immediately look at the heat. Look at under the damage. and it says heat, look at the number. That one says 3.25 S. If it has any heat, that means you're going to need heat sink. Big time. You're going to need a heat sink. Anything you have on that generates heat, put a heat sink on. You don't need a double heat sink, but this particular robot is geared for double heat sinks. See why? That's why. This one's made for double heat sinks. This one has light ferrofibrous armor. It doesn't have basic armor, it has better armor. Instead of being normal steel, it's more durable steel. It has normal missile guidance. Why? There is no missiles. I'm not really worried about it. Okay, the engine. Let's say you wanted to go faster. Okay? Okay, fine. Let's take a look and see what engines they have for this thing. Yeah, standard. We have a light engine. This is what we have in there right now. We have this. These are heavier. These are the heaviest. Heavy also means more powerful. So the heavier the engine, the more powerful it is. For example, this engine has a 200 horsepower engine. This also has a 200 horsepower engine. What makes a heavier engine more sought after is the amount of slots it has. Slots equal more space. Slots equal space for slots are here. When they put slots here, that means you could put stuff like heat sinks in there. You could put sensor equipment in there. Slots that you don't want to waste in hard points that don't belong there. For example, if you only have one slot in the head, and you have ammo stored in there, you're gonna get rid of your armor slots and put sensors in there? I don't think so. You're gonna put stuff like sensors, heat sinks, anything you could think of in those slots. Slots in the engine are mainly used for protection and to make it run better. And that's why heavier engines are more sought after, because they have more slots in them. But they're very heavy. And this particular one, the tonnage current stands at 55 tons. The maximum it can hold is 55 tons. This can't fit anything else. This one is maxed out. So this has to be completely redone if you want to add anything to it. So we're going to pick another one. Okay, let's try this one. No, let's not pick the little guy. That's a trial mech. Oh, it's a gargoyle. Okay. I don't really like the gargoyles. Well, they call it Night GYR. It's really called a gargoyle. The inner sphere name for this, inner sphere name is called Night GYR. The clan name for this is Gargoyle. Again, in this game, you're going to see all the names are called the inner sphere names. The names are supposed to be. The names are supposed to be. Which means most, if all, of the mechs were made by the inner sphere areas. The clans got their hold of all the inner sphere mechs and redid them. And renamed them to something different. And if you can remember the original names, you could pick a pick a loadout group, add it to that robot, and you're good. For example, the Thunderbolt. I have two loadouts right here. I have this one. I have this one. This Thunderbolt has a loadout of primarily energy weapons, mostly energy weapons. This has standard heat sinks, not doubles. Two for the large lasers, one for the standard, one for the small lasers. So small lasers don't really generate a lot of heat. Technically, these two heat sinks are for these two small lasers right here. Now, you can toss in extra heat sinks. In this game, always remember, places that do not have hard points, you can toss in stuff like heat sinks anywhere in the mech, and it will work for any of those. Heat sinks are meant to spread the heat out to different locations. This way, the heat's not focused. The heat sink's job is to absorb the heat in that particular place. Now, if I have heat sinks in the right leg, that means the heat's going to travel to the right leg. See? Now, the left leg's going to have a little heat added to it. Instead of the heat all being by the lasers and overheating the mech, because the life support stuff gets too hot and the cockpit gets too hot, if the weapons get too hot, it'll overheat the mech and the whole mech will shut down. The reason why it shuts down is because it prevents life support systems from getting cut off. Remember, these mechs are like spaceships, and you're on planets that don't have an atmosphere like Earth does. So you have to have a life support system on these things. So naturally, you cannot allow your robot to overheat. If it does, life support will go on offline and you can't breathe. That's not good. But it's the name of the game. It's the way things go. Now, this is the same mech as before. The only difference is this one is a trial mech. The other one I showed you, I purchased on my own. This one is a trial. We're gonna see the way the mech was supposed to be laid out. Okay, this is the way they laid everything out. See everything different? Those heavy PPCs generate a lot of heat. Now remember, PPCs are very slow, but they hit hard. They're very slow, but they hit hard. They generate a tremendous amount of heat. Hence, we have double heat sinks, standard armor, with a stronger structure. Okay? Now, double heat sinks means it's going to absorb more heat. Fine. It has to. You have heavy PPCs here. These generate 13 heat per fire. Not 2 like the laser weapons did. 13. Big difference. You need double. 2 doubles actually. Not only 2, you have another one over here that makes 3 with another double. And one in this arm for good measure. Again, everything in this, when you have a weapon that generates as much heat as this does, there's no such thing as overkill when it comes to heat sinks. Because every time you fire it, the heat will generate and pick up if you don't have a good heat sink. Now, with these generating heat, that's going to heat up the engine. So naturally you need a heat sink in the engine. So this, you have to have an XL engine. XL engine will allow you to put in heat sinks inside the engine. See? There's a heat sink inside. We have a heat sink inside the engine that allows us to make sure that the engine does not get too hot. If the engine gets too hot, the whole mech will overheat and shut down. That's not good. If the engine shuts down, you lose life support and you're dead. Remember, the engine is the most important part because you're not on Earth. If you eject, you're ejecting in an environment that there's no air. You can't breathe. This is the only thing protecting you. So you have to make sure that this is not going anywhere. Even if you have to sacrifice the weapons to add more armor, do it. Unfortunately for us, the tonnage is at 65. Max weight is 65. This is maxed as is. Armor, you cannot add any more armor to it. It's maxed out currently. Unfortunately, we can't do anything unless we take away what we have here. And we don't want to take this away because it's a trial mech. We didn't purchase this mech. This mech is a trial. When it says trial mech, that means try not to change it. It is the way it is. If you purchase the mech with your own money, feel free to change it. It's not recommended you change it. This is an example of the way that mech is supposed to be situated. So if you want to situate it your own way, buy one from the store with your own money and do it yourself like I did. If you want to do it your way, Then buy one like this and situate it your own way. If you don't like having a PPCs on there, fine. Make your own. I have extended range large lasers on here. And four small lasers right here. And what I could do is I could do pulse lasers. Pulse lasers are not that bad. But take a look. We can put a flamers on here. We could do tags. Tags accelerate missile locks. Keep locks longer for missile accuracy. Must be held on target. It counters ECM. Somebody has an electronic countermeasure. The tag will counter that countermeasure. Prevent it from scrambling your computers. Now you have small, medium, and large lasers. You have what's also called a binary laser cannon. This was from the Battletech Universe role-playing game. It's a variant of a large laser combined with two laser emitters in a single weapon. So it's a canister for a large laser. But it has two weapons, two large lasers in a single canister. So a binary laser cannon is two large lasers in one housing. They smushed it all together, which means if you have one binary laser cannon, you're going to have two double heat sinks out to match. Got me? Make sure you read everything. Hover over. Click. Read. Read everything very carefully. Because if you do not read the heat indexes, read the amount of slots it takes up, damage, heat, how much heat does it generate, how long does it stay out, the duration, the laser beam stays out for 1.3 seconds. Maximum range, 900 meters. It runs better. It does more damage at 480. Which means that if you fire somebody from long distances, the damage reduces at long distances. You cannot snipe people with this laser. The laser beam decays at long range. Now, extended range. The ER large lasers. Let's read. How high powered like the large laser but with extended range. Okay, the energy weapon takes up 2 slots, 5 tons. Okay? 9 damage, 7.5 heat. Cooldown is 4. Duration lasts for 1 second exactly. Its maximum range is 1,400 meters. Its optimal range, 740. Now, remember this. 1480, 740, 9 damage. Okay? Let's go back to this. Now, 9 damage. This is 18. This hits harder. Okay? Max range. The range is lower. Okay? Optimal range, the same. Okay? Now, this is a larger laser. It's a single large laser. I would prefer to see medium pulse lasers. I prefer to see these over small lasers. But we're cutting it close as far as weight goes. So that's basically it. What we could do is we could do a medium pulse laser in each arm. Take the small laser out of this arm. 2 medium pulse lasers, one here, one here. We could do that. You could take the small lasers out. Okay? We could do this. Ready? Okay? Now, all we have is 2 large lasers. Now, what we could do is, now, this arm is made for laser weapons. This is not made for anything. Which means you probably can put them in there, but they won't be as effective. So let's try it. See how it works. See how, now you see how the torsos are flashing and the arm is flashing? Want to know why? You cannot put a laser in here. Want to know why? Hard point. Remember I pointed out? Angie hard points. Anywhere you see this symbol, that's called a hard point. If you have an automatic missile system, you can only put it in the right torso. That's it. You can put lasers here, here, and here. You can't put anything here. Nothing. Only thing you're allowed to put here is heat sinks. So if you want more lasers, but the heat sinks here. This way there's more room for lasers. You understanding what I'm doing right here? You have to play this game smart. Very smart. Pay attention to your hard points. This has 0 hard points. Nothing. This has nothing. Nothing. You know what this means? The only thing you could put in these hard points is these. Anything here or here, you're allowed to put there. That's it. You put a case. Now, let me show you exactly where a case belongs. Putting a case in the center of the torso would probably protect it. Would probably protect the engine from exploding. But it would not be good because the engine would overheat. No ventilation. So, naturally you cannot put a case in the engine because then there would be no ventilation for the engine. All the carbon dioxide spewing shit out of it would have no place to go. So naturally you can't case the engine. You want to, you can't do that. You can case the head, but that leaves you with no ability to see. So you can't case the head. Now, you have the 3 hard points here. You have an AMS slot here. We want to put energy weapons. We want to put pulse lasers. Okay? Let's see if we can put pulse lasers. Put it right there. Okay, so we have a pulse laser here, a pulse laser here. So instead of having small lasers and large lasers, we have medium pulse lasers and we have large lasers. Pulse lasers send out pulses. It's like having a lot of different lasers firing at different intervals. If pulse lasers fool armor into thinking they're getting hit, and to think, gee, this person hit me already? Okay, we're good then. And maybe the second pulse goes through. Some armor is not consistent. So, certain mechs don't have consistent armor. Certain mechs have electronic armor. So, pulse lasers will confuse certain armor. Like endosteel armor. No, the ferrofibrous armor. This armor right here. This armor is easily fooled. Easily fooled. If you fire a pulse laser at ferrofibrous armor, you could very easily probably damage it. Very easily. If you fire an ER large laser at ferrofibrous armor, not a lot's going to happen. Because ferrofibrous armor is very, very thick. It's very thin, it's very light, but it's very durable. So, there's another thing. Standard armor. Standard armor takes up less slots. Let me show you guys. Let me show you guys something. Ready? Ferrofibrous armor. See the difference? That's ferrofibrous armor. That's standard armor. See? Now, if we're only doing this, and that's it, ferrofibrous. Fill the rest of with armor. Be done with it. Now, you could do double heat sinks because, I mean, to be honest with you, you're better off. Now we have to switch the heat sinks over to double. Equipment, double heat sinks. See, we could do double heat sinks. Okay. Okay, we have ferrofibrous armor, endo steel, double heat sinks. I don't think we could fit anything else in this thing. We have beagle active probe. We don't need a case because all we have is lasers. We have an advanced sensor package. As far as engines goes, we have standard engine. Maybe I wonder if it's an XL engine in here. No, we can't. Okay. Okay, so what do you think, guys? Any good? Should we give it a shot? What do you think? I think it looks balanced. As you see, the armor's at a fairly decent number, 40. 50 for the right torso, 18 for the head, 74 for the front, 10 for the rear. I mean, honestly, you really can't. The front is maxed out. The rear, nowhere near maxed out. Most people hit you in the front. Not all people hit you in the back. So, and there's that. So you have 50 in the front and 10 in the rear. So this is not a robot you want your back turned to them. So armor 40. Same as the other arm. Again, not bad. It's maxed out. Considering there's nothing in here but heat sinks, that's fine. This arm is only one pulse laser. The most important part of this robot is right here. Now, when you're shooting at somebody, what's the first thing you aim for? The arms, right? In this guy, if they aim for the arms, the only thing they're gonna get is heat sinks and one pulse laser. You're not crippled yet, okay, guys? So if you have no arms, you're not crippled. You can still defend yourself with the weapons you have in the torsos. So, but can't do a whole hell of a lot because your heat sinks are gone. But you could try. See, now if we had single heat sinks, we could probably put one here. And you probably put them here. We don't. We have doubles. So let's go back to single, see if that makes a difference. Now let's go single heat sink. See if this helps. Now, let's say somebody blows both the arms off, okay? What can we do to keep these cool? How about putting the heat sinks in the legs? Now there's an idea. They blow both the arms off. We still have heat sinks in the legs and in the torso. Now that works for me. I like that. Plus, you have heat sinks in the arm that has nothing in it. I'd say that looks pretty. That looks pretty decent. What do you think? Now, if they blow both the arms off, yes, heat sinks are gone, pulse laser's gone, but there's still heat sinks in the legs. So we can fire, not fast. We can fire. We could hit something, you know. Back off, yes, but we're able to shoot without overheating, which is a good thing. Okay, guys? The majority of the heat sinks are gone. But we still have heat sinks here and here to protect us. So, we have that idea. That's the one reason why we have ferrofibrous armor. So this way, the armor is going to protect this arm from getting blown off. Having better armor is going to protect this armor from getting blown off. You guys get me so far? Okay, now. You spend more time trying to figure out what's going to happen to it than playing. Really, honestly. That's what this game is all about. Design it better first. And then do your thing. So guys, honestly, comment down below what you think of this setup right now. We currently have ferrofibrous armor, standard heat sinks, endosteel structure, missile guidance not needed. We have no missiles. What do you think? Advanced sensor package, Beagle active probe, standard heat sink in here for the engine, standard heat sinks in the legs in case your arms get blown off. These are covered. And these are the heat sinks that allow us to fire faster and more often. And this is here just for good extra good measure. Should we try it? Yes? Okay. Guess what? We can't do it. Wanna know why? You know what that means? That means we don't have enough money. You need money in order to make changes. This game is all about earning C-bills. When you have C-bills, you can do all stuff like this. See, we can't. We can't do anything about it. We can't do anything. We have to just exit out. We have to earn C-bills right now. We currently have... Let's see... Okay, now, we currently have no C-bills, so we can't make any changes at all. So we need C-bills, so we need to earn C-bills. The best way to earn money in this game is to go out there and beat the snot out of everything you can find. Now, in World of Tanks, every time you die or take damage or fire a shot, there's an ammunition cost, repair cost, all that stuff. This game, there is no ammunition cost. There's no repair cost. Nothing. Okay, guys? There's nothing. No cost. The catch is you're earning less money because of it. You with me? You're earning less money. And that's not exactly a good thing. Now let's run a clan mech. Well, this is an air sphere in the mech. This is actually a vulture. I renamed it into a clan version. I renamed it and added the variant, the clan variant for the vulture, and renamed its clan name Mad Dog. This is a vulture, a clan vulture. That's what this is. Or as they say, archer. The original name, when this mech was first built, it was called Archer. Okay? When Davion got their hands on it, Davion called it a vulture. When the clanners got their hands on it, they called it a Mad Dog, and that's what it looked like. So, between the clans and the houses, each one of them had the same mech. But they made it look different, situated differently, put different armors, different weapons. Okay, let's go out there. Let's show them who's boss. Let's see if we can do a test run. Can we do a test run? Testing grounds. Let's show you guys how things are run. I'm going to show you guys how this is run. Okay, they're going to have this whole startup thing, and it's going to be like, oh wow, this is so awesome. When you're in testing grounds, they just pop you in, and that's it. W, A, S, and D key. W key, forward. S key, backward. A key rotates. D key rotates the other way. Middle mouse button. Zoom.
Artillery strike online.
We'll go over that in a little bit. Left mouse button. Right mouse button. That's the grouping, okay? We didn't go over grouping, we will. I have 2 groupings. Actually, no, I have 3. The third one, the 2 groupings, 1 and 2. Third one is if you have another mouse button. If you have a third mouse button, equip it for the mouse button number 3. See? So you can go 1, 2, 3. This way you don't have to fire everything at the same time. Okay, now you do this and turn and flip the mouse. You're twisting the torso. Let's see if we show you guys. This is not good. This is not good. I need to show you guys. I need a better camera angle. Third person. Okay, now I can't get into third person mode. I have to restart the game. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do it from cockpit view, which is pretty much where you're gonna end up being anyway. Now, if you want to walk forward, the arrow. If you're looking down, see the arrow on the floor? See that? A and D key will move the entire robot. Okay? Now, if you want to move, if somebody is at your left, you want to move forward, move the mouse to the left. That twists the torso, then push the W key, moves forward. See? You're strafing. This way you're able to cover your sides. See now? Now you gotta watch. There's somebody right there.
Target acquired.
Now, you see that? That's the targeting computer we put in. Do you guys remember when we went over and we put in the targeting? If you look in the head, load out, and it said targeting computer. That's the targeting computer. Now that thing you saw in the distance, that was a Beagle active probe. That let me know there's somebody back there. Okay, guys? All the electronics you put in are there for a very good reason. They're meant to help you. The reason why you put in a targeting computer is because of this. Because you need a targeting computer if you're going to have missiles. Now, lasers, you do not need a targeting computer. Now, if you want to stay on lock, you have to keep on it. If you ever leave and you want to fire, guess what? You're not locked. Now you're locked. Now you can fire. See? Now you're not locked anymore. Now you're locked. It's going to be a guaranteed hit right there. Now, let's say you want to move here. He's firing at you. You want to keep moving and firing. Okay. You want to slow him down. Aim for the legs. If you want to slow him down, aim for the legs. If you aim for the legs, aim for a leg and disable a leg, he'll start limping. If they limp, they move at half speed. Regardless of the size of their engine, they'll move at half speed if they limp. So, want to do damage? Aim for the leg. Unfortunately, all the damage I did to him, it must have blew up his engine because the legs are close to, remember, the engine is right near the center torso. So if you heat up the center torso enough, the engine explodes and the whole thing goes up in smoke. So you have to be very careful. And somebody's aiming for something, you really got to move. You can't stand there like he did. Not a smart idea, guys. Now remember, look for your arrow. See that? A and D key. Turn, mouse, twist the torso. See that? Hear that? That noise? Look at, see where it says north, northward, northeast? See that? The red marker? That's a Beagle Active probe. The Beagle Active probe is telling me that there's an enemy right there. So what we're going to do is, we're going to go this way. We're going to go this way. Northeast. Beagle Active probe said there's somebody northeast. So we're gonna move northeast. There we go. You have to gain your bearings in this game. This game you have to try and do your best to gain your bearings in this game. Now, let's see. We have missiles. Let's start using them. See that? See the zoom? Watch this. These are long-range missiles. Long-range missiles can do damage at long range. So you can go way back. As long as you have a lock on, you're good. As long as you gain a solid lock on, keep firing. He can't do nothing. Now, you can do something like this. Walk this way. Do this. Okay. There we go. He's going to have a harder time firing at me because I'm moving. He's not. So now I'm ducked behind this mountain. He's going to have even harder time hitting me. See, now the mountain's blocking my shot. You can see this cover right here. You can duck behind this cover. If you have no intention of using the lasers, just the missiles, do this. Ready? Make sure you're walking forward, right? Like that. Make sure you're walking forward. Solid lock. Make sure you have a solid lock. Then go out there. Smack him. Keep the lock. Keep the lock. Make sure you go back and forth. Maintain that lock on. Go out there. Then go back and cover. Pop out of cover. Then go back and cover. This is the advantage of having missile boats. Because you can go in and out of cover just like that. Because you know your missile launchers are on the top. If you have to pay attention to where everything goes. Our missile launchers are on the top. Our lasers are here, are in our hands, right? They're in our hands. Now, if we want to fire our lasers, we have to be right here to fire both lasers together. See? If we're over here, they might work. They might not work. Let's see if the missiles work. Yes. Yes. We're behind cover. We cannot fire our lasers, but we can fire these easily. This sucks because you have to get out of cover to fire those lasers. That's not fun.
Target destroyed.
And he's done. Now, the Beagle Active probe is still working. The best thing you can do now is to hunt them down and take them out one at a time. When you're hunting people down, try to stop, twist the torso, face different directions. Allow the probe to do its job. Okay, guys? The probe needs to do its job. You need to have the screen facing that direction. See the cross hatch in the middle? See a little hatch in the cross hatch in the middle? Make sure that's facing the direction you want the Beagle Active probe to scan. These dots here and here, try to maintain an area that you want the probe to scan. And just keep doing this. Make sure the probe just detected somebody. Now pay attention to pay attention to direction. The probe just detected something. You have to be very careful, because if they're going to shoot you, that's going to suck. I think he's somewhere over here, maybe over here, because the probe is not detecting him this way. The probe's not detecting him here, so he's not over here. No, he's not over here. If the probe detected him over here, he would be here. It's not here. So now the probe said he was over here. Wait. The probe detected somebody. And there he is. See? Comes in handy, guys. Beagle Active probe. I'm telling you, you guys want that. Because that will detect your enemies so you can find them and locate them. And hunt them down.
Target acquired.
Now, this is where the engine is. This is where the computers are. Weapons are here, 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 and here. If you want to slow them down, aim for the legs. Preferably the joints in the legs. See now, the more you hit the legs, the more you damage them, the more you cripple, the more you'll cripple them. And that's technically a good thing. See that? Something broke in the legs. Something just broke in the leg. Now, let's say you want to damage the ball joint of the leg, right? Try aiming at that. This is the most important part of the leg right here. If we damage this, it's done for. It can't walk. But has trouble walking anyway. Let's scooch around back, shall we? I think we just broke the arm. What do you think, guys? Now let's see. So you have to be you have to keep an eye on the parts. That's why you can't just put parts in every part of the mech, because you could damage just the arm and all your weapons are gone. Now his right arm is gone. History. Now what we're gonna do is reset our torso here. Now I'm gonna aim at this arm and try to get rid of it. Now he has no arms. It doesn't mean he's defenseless. He could have weapons in his torso. So now I'm going to aim at the torso. So let's aim at the torso, shall we? Try not to hit. Okay, there goes the torso. That torso is gone. That's why you need to be very careful where you put stuff, guys. Make sure you have cases, because if they take out just a torso and an arm and you have ammo in there, ammo explodes and takes out the whole mech. Make sure you have your mech properly equipped. This is the reason why. Because if they just pick apart piece by piece like this, you don't have cases, the whole mech explodes. Luckily, if they did have ballistic weapons in here, then very, very easily. If they did have ballistic weapons and no cases, this mech would have exploded a long time ago. See, now the center torso couldn't take losing the side torsos, so the center torso just exploded, blew the engine, and completely decimated the pilot's compartment. It couldn't take anymore. We did a lot of damage. So it just goes to show you don't need to damage center torso. All you need to, well, next time we find another one, we're not going to touch the center torso. We're just going to aim at the appendage and see what happens. What I think is going to happen, I think we're going to aim at the legs first. See if we can do damage to the legs first. I don't seem to see. I don't think it's anybody else. Okay, let's reset. Reset. I think that's everybody. Okay, let's try something. Let's try only using a weapon with only using a mech with lasers only. And I think the one we're looking for is gonna be okay, now we're in third person mode. Now we're in third person mode. Now I could show you guys what this looks like. See? We're twisting the torso. See? Now, pay attention to north, south, east, and west. You'll see a little red diamond. Just scan around, you know, in different directions. See that? Aim for that area. Head for that area. See that? There you go. Oh, we got a long range. Okay, catapults are long range. Got to get in their face. Mostly catapults are mostly missile boats. Catapults are inner sphere missile boats. They're mad dogs. Catapults are mad dogs with no arms, basically. It's an inner sphere version of a missile boat. the first thing you want to aim for. Now, when you have somebody that has missiles, remember one thing: if you ever hit the ammunition, and the ammunition does not have a case, the thing will absolutely explode. Now, this robot does not have a torso. It has a center area. You have to know the robots before you shoot them. This robot has a center and the legs and the two shoulders. This has no arms and no torsos. This just has the center torso. Actually, it does have a left and right torso. These are left and right torsos. This and that. Right? Left and right torsos, center torso, and legs. No arms. None whatsoever. So, the first thing you want to do is you're going to want to hit the things that have missile launchers in them. These are missile launchers. Looking at a catapult, catapults have missile launchers in the two pods here and here. So you want to aim for the pods first, and you want to disable those missiles, and you want to try and hit the ammunition. That's your main goal. Now, watch what happens to the heat index on the bottom. See now, look, pay attention to the heat index in the right hand corner. The heat index is to the right of the robot. There's a bar that goes up. Watch the bar when I hit all three. Watch. Alpha strike. It goes up a lot. Now, if I had really bad heat sinks, that wouldn't spell well for me. Be very careful when you're doing alpha strikes. Usually want to do one, cool down, cool down, cool down. If you have enough heat sinks in there to choke a horse, go for it. Okay, the two torsos are done. Now the legs. Okay, legs gone.
Target destroyed.
Now, when you kill both legs, it automatically destroys a weapon because the guy can't move. And if the weapon can't stand, the thing falls on itself and it catches fire. And that's exactly what it did. So if you want to kill somebody really quick, want them out of your face, take both legs out, take both arms out, and the thing will just fall apart. Just like that. That's another way to kill them without actually killing the center torso. In the center torso, we didn't take one shot at the center. We didn't hit one. We didn't put one scratch or dent in the middle. We didn't need to. That's another way to take somebody down. You do not need to aim for the middle. Noobs do that. The armor is the thickest in the middle. The appendages are the weakest part of the robot. Always the weakest part of the robot. Okay. Keep your eyes peeled. I don't see anybody. Ah, see, Beagle Actor Pro picked up somebody. Let's turn the whole body over. Yep, there he is.
Target acquired.
Let's see if we can leg him. We'll continue to move. We'll try to leg him. Do your best. Robots, when they move, they don't have very good stability. Legs gone. It's a light. Okay. So we legged him. Does he have a torso? Yes, he does. Let's take the torsos out. Oh, I think it took the whole torso out too. Jesus. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's a little robot. Mission accomplished. Let's see what we got. I heard something. Ah, see that? The pro picked somebody up.
Target acquired.
There you go. It pays to have good electronics, guys. See that? Now, he's not facing us, which means he doesn't know he can't detect us yet. If he has a sensor right or a probe, he'll be able to detect us by now. But when we were looking at him before, so now look very carefully. You'll see in the corner, you'll see, well, I can't show you guys. Okay, look north. Okay, guys, see another red. See another red diamond? Right there. There's another one. Right there. The Beagle Actor Pro picked it up right there. So after we're done with this guy, we can take care of the other one. Now, he has 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 torsos, and a main core. Watch what happens if we take out the main core only. Okay, guys? Meanwhile, this is going to be a lot of armor. So we're going to see if we can try to hit. We're going to worst case scenario here and try to kill him from the front. Mechs have the most armor in front core armor. The chances of killing a weapon from the front, chances of killing a weapon, killing a mech from here are almost impossible. It's extremely difficult. Like I said, there's a lot of armor here, guys. A lot. See, we just chewed right through it. Every inch of it we chewed right through. Didn't even touch the limbs. As long as you defeat the core, can't really do anything to you. Okay, now, if you're confused on where to go, look for the arrow. See that? Arrow is what way is the direction you're moving. Direction you're looking, the crosshairs. If you ever get confused, make sure that the crosshairs line up with the arrow. And then use arrow keys to turn. Okay, now
Target acquired.
here's our guy from all the way down there. That's an Atlas. That's an assault weapon. That's an assault mech. We're gonna leg him first. Assault mechs are very hard to kill, which is what we have. So, assault mechs are impossible to kill. This, an Atlas, is an inner sphere assault mech. House Steiner usually uses these. The one I'm using right now, House Davion usually uses. House Steiner usually uses the Atlas. These things have a lot of armor and take a very big beating. See the percentage? 71%. That's got to get as low as possible. 10% down. One arm gone. 60%. Another arm gone. Now watch. I'm going to damage the legs. Torso. torso. See now look, center torso has not been touched at all. Watch. Left torso. Now I'm going to aim at center torso. Now I'm going to attack center torso. These assault weapons, the assault mechs can take a tremendous amount of damage. It takes a hell of a lot more to kill these things. It takes a lot more oomph. You might even have to scramble around back, which is possible. You might have to scramble around back. Yep. Let's aim at the head. That might do it. It might cause the pilot to eject if we hit this. Because the whole front is damaged. Man, this thing really, these assault weapons, when you're dealing with assault mechs, they take a hell of a lot of damage. We practically destroyed this thing. It still works. Okay. Let's do something. Okay, that's gone. That torso's gone. %. These things, the assault mechs can take a tremendous amount of damage. Tremendous amount of damage. That's all she wrote, guys. That's it. That's it. It's gone. That's how to take out assault mech. Assault mechs are next to impossible to kill. Take a lot of damage thrown at it. That's why you have to be very careful. When you have assault mech staring down your back and you're in a light, tag him, tag the bitch, and run like hell. Because your little mech is not going to do shit against that assault mech. I'm telling you right now. Something like that cannot be taken out by a light. No way. Not a chance, guys. Not a chance. Okay. Now, another thing I want you guys to know with this game. When you're in third person mode, it seems like it's a little harder. Well, it seems like a little easier. But it's not. Although you can see a better overhead view when you're scanning. I think we got everybody. Yeah, we got everybody. You can see a better overall view when it comes to fighting. It's not easy. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Now, In this game, what we did was with the Atlas, we aimed for the legs first. When it comes to a fast mech, a light or medium mech, aim for the legs first. Okay, guys? Leg him. If you leg him, they'll run it. If you leg the one leg gone, half speed. 2 legs gone, you're basically, they're hobbling, basically. So when they hobble, if you destroy like an arm and a torso, the whole thing will explode. Why? Because the legs can't hold up, and the whole leg cannot hold the torso anymore. The legs can't bear weight. If the legs can't bear weight, the whole thing's going to come crashing down. So it's easier to leg the guy. It's much easier just to leg him. Rear armor is always the least. Try to aim for the rear. Okay, guys? If you really want to kill them quickly, aim for the legs in the rear. If you're a light mech and you're running against an assault mech, get behind them, aim for the legs, then try to hit the torso, then try to hit the side torsos. Leg him, then try to hit these. If you could damage these completely, the hell with the arms. Everything else, the whole thing will fall apart and just blow. That's just a little tip for you guys. This game is a lot of fun. If you really want to play this game, I mean, really play it, this game is a lot of fun. Okay, guys. This was a video game review on MechWarrior Online Legends. Of course, this is not the original MechWarrior Online. This is MechWarrior Online Legends. When I beta tested the original MechWarrior Online. That's why I have beta test badge. This is MechWarrior Online Legends. The difference between Legends and this one, Legends has more mechs available. So, alright, remember, on Steam, you can get this. This is also another free one. So, Brick Shooter Egypt, I brought in the game. Killing Floor is available. This is available on Steam. I tried this game. I didn't exactly like it. I mean, it's okay. There's a lot of people that create stuff off of this game. The creators in this game are the creators in games are amazing. I absolutely don't want to know what's going on. Creators in games are amazing. They really are. They're funny. RoboCraft. This game we're gonna cover. We already covered this one. If you would like to see this game being reviewed, go to a past video game reviews. I already reviewed this game. In fact, I'm doing this game on Let's Play. I've been covering this game a lot. This game is a lot of fun. If you'd like to play this game with me, you can. I have not covered this game on this system yet. This originally was made for cellular phones, but they readapted it for PC. This game they have for Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, PC, and Mac. No, they don't have the Mac. No, they don't. They have for Xbox 360, PS4, and PC. Now, if you have the PS4 version, the PC will not carry over. You cannot access your PlayStation 4 account off Steam. That whatever you buy on PlayStation stays on PlayStation. It does not transfer to here. This, if you open one here, completely different account. Sorry, but that's the way things go. Playing on PC, not as good. You have to use keyboards, not controllers. It's so much harder to play. I don't like Warframe on the computer. I don't like it. It's harder to play. It's a lot harder when not using a controller. It's a lot harder. So okay, guys. So that'll basically be it for MechWarrior Online. MechWarrior Online Legends, I should say. There's a video game review for MechWarrior Online Legends on what's going on. This game is free to download, free to buy, free to play. If you want, if you die in a regular battle, actually let's go back in. We'll take you through a regular battle, and you guys get to see. I'll show you guys a regular battle. I don't know why Windows does that. That's wrong. You shouldn't have to say no. You should say yes. But I don't know. It must be a glitch somewhere. Alright, let's go back in the game and let's try doing a regular, normal, ordinary match so you guys see what it's like. Too late to be dealing with passwords. There you go. I can't deal with passwords this late at night. There you go. We're going to do one more thing. We're going to go into a real battle and show you guys what it's like. Of course, it's late now, so this is not a good time to do this, but we're going to try it, okay? Give it a best shot. My brain doesn't work that well. It's late at night. So we're going to try using a light mech. So we can just run around like a stupid jackass. So you can run around like a dumbass. Okay, this is faction play. This is for when your clan or your team has to play with a faction. Now, faction play is if your team has to be on, your team has to either be mercenary or it has to be on in a house or in a clan. My team is neither house or clan. I'm a mercenary and my team is a mercenary. Well, I'm on a team, so this is a unit. But this, I'm a mercenary. If I was playing faction play, I can just go into faction play and pick a side right now. See? I can pick whoever I want to pick. Why? Because I'm a mercenary. Mercenaries can play for whoever the hell they want. This is the current map. It tells you who's battling who's in charge of who, and who's winning. You can either jump on the winning side, jump on the losing side, doubt map. It's up to you. Right now we're in a very light mech, so we really don't want a heavy duty battle. Clan Wolf is a very big clan, so I don't really want to go against Clan Wolf. So I really wouldn't jump in with an urban mech with Clan Wolf because it'll laugh me out of the house, and home. So I'd have to jump in the Mad Dog and then go in. So I'd have to go in a clan mech. So we don't want to go in with a clan with an Innisphere mech because that would be disrespectful. So now, eventually from doing all this, you see what your rank is in what house. See? That's House Davion. You see what rank you are. Eventually, when you get higher up in rank, you have the ability of joining that house. Right now, as a mercenary, I'm not that good of a mercenary. I'm better as far as House Davion goes. The fact that I'm better with House Davion is good because that means I'm able to join House Davion down the road. And this is our team or clan, whatever you want to call them. See, now I'm debating on whether to jump in with the clans or to jump in with the Republic with the Republics. Because the problem I have with these guys is that they're not established. Clan Wolf has been established for a long time now. These guys, not so much. So I'm not engaging. We might not do so well. So let me get in a clan mech first. Trying to find where my clan mechs are. That's Inner Sphere. That's Inner Sphere. That's Inner Sphere. That's Inner Sphere. Let's see, that's Inner Sphere. Hunchback 2C. That's a clan mech right there. That's a clan mech. That's a clan mech. That's Clanner. That's Clanner. That's an Inner Sphere mech turned clan. That's Inner Sphere, Inner Sphere. That's an Inner Sphere mech turned clan. So I can use this one. We're gonna jump in Clan Wolf. So they have their mission is to breach the walls of the fort, which is right here. Siege and domination. Wow. I brought a missile boat. That might come in handy. A missile boat might come in handy to breach walls. Because I could take out whoever's on top of the walls. So, I just might come in handy. Okay, they're not calling for anybody right now. If they're calling for somebody, then you can go in. So you have to wait until you see that thing right there flashing right there. When that flashes, you have to jump in. Okay, so let's go on a quick play. See what happens. See, now, you have to understand it's very hard to find a battle with people because this game is one server over the entire world. So people all over the world are trying to connect. So they have different internet speeds and stuff like that. You have to vote on what map you prefer. I could care less. And what type you prefer, I could care less. I'm a missile boat. So I don't care. As long as it's not in your face, I'm fine. Because I can't handle in your face. So I'm a missile boat. Missile boats don't have in your face. I mean, we do have lasers, yes, but we don't have in your face weapons. So okay, when you're going in.
Hello, hello.
Oh, hello.
Hello.